What's good, people? It's your boy Jordan back with another video, guys. We have Jim Carrey woke moments. I thought I'd get into a bit of Jim Carrey as well because, man, he's just such a intelligent guy and he's just such a realist, man. I just think it's so funny watching him give interviews and some of the things he comes out with, because you see other people's reactions, they don't quite understand what he's saying. And if you ever have really gone into the not religious side of things, but kind of like why we're here and all that stuff, all that deep emotional stuff and the universe, manifestation, all that stuff, like he likes to bring that up a lot. And even though he's in, like he said, I think it was, I don't know when it was quite a while back, he said he doesn't want to act anymore because he just feels like it's not him. It's not that Jim Carrey is another guy. Like the real him just isn't, like it's never been shown before. So he wanted to kind of get in touch with that side of his life. And then obviously he lost his wife, or was it his girlfriend? I think he lost his wife, his dear wife. That probably hit quite a lot of buttons for him about life, and I feel like he has changed like a lot in his I mean, what we've seen of him anyway. I mean, he's a really good actor, a really good comedian at that. Sorry, not comedian. He's a very good comedian, comedic actor, sorry. Being in many films that we've enjoyed and everyone loves him. But now he's at another level now, man, where like he's just too smart for everyone. And I feel like there are a lot of people that don't understand him, but it's like if you really do understand what he's saying, then it's like, wow, like you're actually really clever, man. Like I feel like, but there aren't a lot of people out there that are willing to go, especially with a celebrity status like his, to go on stage and say the things he is saying. You know, because some of them get cancelled, some of them are like called out for being weird and all that stuff. So fair play to him. But I just wanted to see his woke moments and, you know, give you guys a reaction as well as you guys, you know, watching the video as well. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
You know, we're in a tough spot. It's a very, very divided world, and those on the, I guess you'd call it the left side. I just call it the sensible side. Is, you know, we're sitting there watching this nonsense happen, and people like Sean Spicer come out and talk about it like we're wow, kindergartners, you know. And covering for this president is like putting makeup on a melanoma.
Spend your whole life imagining ghosts, wow, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here, and the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear.
And of course, there's a moment when one of the characters loses a very important show, and I lost the Tonight Show one time. You know, when I came down to L.A., I was slated to go on at the Tonight Show, and I had a bad set at the Improv playing around. And the next day, they told me I'd lost the show, which was, you know, curtains for anybody at that time, you know, pretty much. But I have this weird fail-safe thing that kicks in for me, and I go, well, there's a side window.
How's it going? Good.
I'm doing just fine. I just, you know, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
I just wanted to see what would happen if you stayed until they got tired.
They say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating icons. Boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, you know, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a
Icon,
wonderful
yeah.
fragrance in the air.
So many of us choose our path out of fear or
You
disgust.
know what? That's actually so true though, because you can have someone who's a celebrity, yeah, and let's just say they're, I don't like to say self-made, because when people say self-made, it's not like you've invented something, but let's just say that their acting career is based off their own success and their own hard work and drive. Now, there are obviously a lot of kids that have been brought up underneath, for example, Will Smith, Jaden Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, right? They are not celebrities or icons because of their own facilities. They are icons and celebrities because of their parents or Will Smith, right? And it's like, I could have the exact same personality as Jaden Smith, want to change the world, want to do this, want to do that, blah, 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 give really good wisdom. And it's like, I won't be seen as an icon because I'm not in that spotlight underneath. I'm not on the red carpet at the Oscars every year, or I don't turn up to a red carpet event. Like, and it's like, someone out there could have an even better personality than Jaden Smith, you know? And it's like, they're not going to be seen as icons. And it's that word icon, it's like, oh, they're icon, what's because they have, it doesn't make any sense. Just because they're on red carpet events and they've been in movies makes them icons. Like, no. Like, there are better people out there, man, that are helping people, giving wisdom, you know, not toxic on TV, all that stuff. Like, they don't, and it's like, they won't be considered as an icon. And it's like, well, no, they should just be considered as personalities. I completely understand what you're saying, man. Completely get it.
Disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it.
Usually people sit down during the biggest part of the applause.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So I thought I would see what that's like, that space.
And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job. And our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
At the edge of the envelope with the blue devil. It's uncomfortable.
It is.
Lovely, though.
Yeah,
even when he says like the blue devil, like, people laugh, but you don't. I don't even know what he's talking about. Like, he's just beyond his years, man. Even though he's getting on, but his wisdom is just.
But worth exploring.
Yeah,
well, have a
why
seat
not?
here, Jim. How you doing?
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others?
To think differently. How are they going to think any different than the next man? If I wanted to tomorrow, if I was an icon and I was a multi-millionaire and I was, I don't know, Jim Carrey was my dad, I could go out tomorrow and start investing into charities, maybe create my own charity, maybe try and think of another way to save animals. Like, what is she on about, man? Like, that's what the thing is. This is what I don't understand. Is like, how are icons different to normal people? The only difference is that they are, okay, they're wealthier, they go to red carpet events, and they're in movies. I'm just gonna take like actors. Yeah, that is the only difference. Icons, I consider someone like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. I consider those kind of people as icons because they're self-made. They invented things. They didn't start off with you know, mommy and daddy helping them and all this stuff. Like, they, don't get me wrong, they probably didn't come from bad backgrounds, but they've invented things, man. Like, they've really had to think and gain the intelligence and the education behind everything they've put their everything, all the hard work, the sweat, the tears. Like, it's just not, that's an icon for me. Don't get me wrong, Jim Carrey, you can look at Jim Carrey as an icon because his dad wasn't an actor. He hasn't got no acting people in his life. But I'm specifically talking about the icons who have parents and, like, you know, the Kardashians, and it's like, how can you call these people icons?
Artistry, you're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut it down now.
Do you feel like you're separated from the rest of the world and what's going on?
No, not separated at all. In fact, it's the exact opposite. You know, don't get me wrong, you know, Jim Carrey is a great character, and I was lucky to get the part.
Even last night in my suite, when I was trying to sleep, there were all these sounds and stuff, and then suddenly out of the blackness came Lester B. Pearson, and he said, "What are you doing here?" No.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself.
I used to be a guy who
Wow.
was experiencing the world, and now I feel like the world and the universe experiencing a guy.
I'm dying up here. Yeah, it's about the comedy clubs in the 70s, and it's where I was born, where my avatar was born anyway. And it's been picked up for a second season, so I'm really happy about it. And I started out at Yuck Yucks in Toronto. And also at that time, there was a lot of people going, "What are you doing here? You're too good, man, go."
But Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I
Was
didn't
that an
get dressed
accident?
up. I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is a dream.
There's just things happening. And there
Shit.
are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Okay.
You know, cohesive.
Mate,
There's
this guy
something
is
different
so-
about me,
this
and
is
it's
class,
that damn
man.
beard. And wherever I show up, it becomes the story. You know,
Right.
It's a bigger star than me at this point.
Mm-hmm. And is that good?
It has its own Twitter.
It does?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. Thank God it likes me.
Movement, and where he was saying things like, "Oh, they're good at washing the pots and making, cooking and cleaning," and all that stuff. And it was completely a goof. It was completely him, saying, no matter what we take seriously, it doesn't matter.
So what's happening in our world right now? Because there is a lot of news that actually is relevant. That's not that
Here's
uplifting.
the thing. It's not our world.
None
That's
of
the
this is
key.
real.
Nope.
So
Nope.
you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Oh wow.
There's the good news.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just weird. And I always say it's the question is not why are you growing a beard. The question is why am I growing a beard and still shaving my balls?
Thought I had become Andy Kaufman, but there was no me actually at the end of it all. I realized that there was, that this character was making choices to play a character. And, so that's what kind of happened, and that's what Chris found in this interview and in this footage, that there was actually a existential, not a crisis, but a discovery going on,
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is.
Bro, what was... I'm pretty sure that's the Illuminati. I'm pretty sure it is, man.
is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies.
Damn.
It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Bro, I don't actually think the... Do you know what? I know he sometimes is being funny and he is joking around, but like I don't actually think people take him serious enough. I'm being deadly serious.
And
I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
Oh my, what a good one.
It's all you. It's all, come on.
What happened?
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was temporarily interrupted by my iPhone 6 Plus.
That was a great bit. That was a great bit. That was weird. Oh my God. You know, that was...
Thanks for the memory.
Yeah.
It's like one soul. That's how I feel. I feel like, you know, people say, well, I have a soul. You don't have a soul. There's no you, but I feel like there is a soul, and it includes everything.
Yeah.
And when you wake up in the morning and you feel like I'm the universe, you don't have to reach for the stars. You know, you can just let life happen.
Yeah.
And walk through the doors.
That was a great old-fashioned cameo right
like
there.
Each other.
We do.
We do.
Hi.
You know...
You know?
We'll have to wrap that, sorry. Thanks very much.
I'm sorry,
Hey,
you've run out of time.
well, listen, you've made me very happy, so thank you for your
good.
time today, man.
No, actually, I didn't make you happy.
All right. I
You're
don't know
not-
who
you're not
you've
here.
made happy, but
No.
there's a happy
You're
feeling
just
here.
a cluster of tetrahedrons.
Still trying to figure this
But a
all
pleasant
out, man.
one. Pleasant one.
We'll get there eventually.
Nice to see
Thanks.
you.
Nice to see you too.
It's an amazing thing. I don't know exactly what's happened. I've gotten very popular, but it's nice to know your roots, and it's nice to know what happened.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
and I really think it's responsible. You know, what's responsible for this whole thing is my subliminal motivation tapes.
You guys are our first group today. Good morning.
First group.
Of the day.
Oh, yeah?
Bringing
How
the
many
good
groups
energy.
are you going to have?
A lot.
Really?
Today. There's a lot of movies here.
Clooney and his goons coming in here?
I had no money and no education. Now I have script approval and the power to green light a movie project. I can even throw a tantrum and lock myself in the trailer while the whole crew waits.
And sort of a look back at
Right.
how that shaped events that went forward, and also a look back on Jim's career and Andy's career.
Kind of an interesting perspective on what came from losing yourself in a character and then realizing that you're a character has been playing you your whole life.
You know, I just want to warn people.
Could I
you know-
see that? Just
Well, in a second, because
Okay.
I just want to, I want to tell people that if you go to a newsstand and you read about me in these rags, 90% of what you're reading is absolute garbage. It's total fabrication.
A lot of people think that, I'm kind of going through something, but it's been my whole life, and they go like, well, it's a reaction to depression. He's dealt with depression his whole life, and there's no hint of depression in my life whatsoever.
Check this. Jim Carrey is reported to be making $7 million a picture. I don't know where they got that number. I wouldn't even rehearse for less than 9.
Depression only happens when you don't accept what is, and when you're playing a character, in life. So when I tried to go back and play Jim Carrey, I got depressed.
Of his competition, Carrey says, I hope they choke on their own vomit and leave the good scripts for me.
Ooh.
Die, die, die. Hurry up and die. Now, that was supposed to be off the record.
Yeah, what am I is the central question.
Right.
Why am I here? What am I? And this movie, it really has an odd way of opening up that door to at least the questioning of that.
An opportunity to think beyond sort of the project.
Excuse me for a second.
Danny?
Career. When I was first aware of you back in Los Angeles,
I'm not
you
gonna
were
lie.
an impressionist.
Yes, I did.
From Canada.
I
You're
did a lot
Canadian,
of
right?
impressions, yeah. It actually started out with...
I didn't know he's Canadian.
It started out with just voices that I'd hear at night.
I see.
I just want to see this a different way.
You feel like
I
you're
want to
being
be a
watched.
voyeur on this one.
Yeah. I don't know. Anything, I think.
Liar!
Yeah, it's nothing but lies.
Just voices would come to me, and I think it was my conscience. You know, so a lot of people have, you know, the little whispery voice that comes into their head and says, I think you might be taking yourself a little too seriously. But my conscience is like Broderick Crawford in Born Yesterday. What do you think of it? What do you think of it? What do you think?
Wow, man. Do you know what? Yeah, like, it's actually crazy to just see when he was younger. Like, you've never, when you're watching videos of him when he was younger, yeah, like, I've never ever seen somebody like him. Just like his expressions, everything about him. I've never seen a guy like Jim Carrey before. And then, as he's got older now, you are starting to see the real side of him. And saying that Jim Carrey was a character that I was playing for pretty much his whole acting career. He was a character. And now, when you do look back, you do see it. You do see that he is putting on something. He is putting on an extra performance. And it's quite sad that he's had to go through, I mean, the middle part of his life, portraying this person that he's not. Don't get me wrong, he's a funny guy. He's got jokes for days. He's funny. But it's almost like when he was younger, he was always putting that on. Always putting that persona on. And it is sad, man. It's sad that he couldn't just be himself. And I feel like maybe it could be the same for the majority of actors and comedians out there, that they have to put on a certain persona to show the world that they're this person, and they're not really them. I mean, I'm seeing a completely different Jim Carrey from this guy to the guy he is now. A completely different Jim Carrey. A more humble, he's calmer. He doesn't talk about jokes and all that. Like he talks about about our soul, and we're not really, like, he talks about all that stuff, all that wisdom, like, and it is really, number one, it was sad. But at the same time, it's also a joy to see someone who's in the industry come out with all this stuff. And don't get me wrong, like, Jim Carrey's always been a guy you can't take seriously. But I feel like there are some moments, especially in that video, where he actually is he's actually being serious. But everyone's just laughing. Like, it's not a joke. Like, it's not a joke. And I almost feel like because everyone knows him and sees him as this kind of Grinch character that is just always joking, always has high energy, and it's like no one actually takes the guy seriously unless, like, you are smart and you're intelligent and you can actually understand what he's trying to express. Like, even that interview with the woman saying, I don't believe in icons, and it's like straight away she's trying to give him wisdom. Like, come on, like, you're trying to tell him that icons matter when he's, been in the spotlight for so long. And for him to come out and say, like, I don't believe in icons, I don't believe in personalities, like, it's actually crazy. And when you really take that away and break it down, and the example I gave earlier on about icons, and don't get me wrong, there are people that you can look up to that inspire you. Like, if you want to be a comedian, you can look up to someone like Chris Rock. If you want to be an actor, you can look up to someone like Leonardo DiCaprio. Singer could be, I don't know, who's a relevant singer now. Justin Bieber, I don't know, right? Like, people that have started with nothing, okay, they didn't know what they wanted to be. Okay, they're on this journey to that. They're on the journey to becoming an actor, and they become an actor, and then they give you the wisdom and advice. Like, okay, you can look up to those kind of people, but the kind of icons that us modern day and age people will be seeing mostly in the news, mostly in the press, mostly on TV are Kardashians, Willow, Jaden Smith, like all these kind of the celebrities or the people that have become famous through their parents or through other family members. Like, you have kids that look up to them, and it's like, you shouldn't be looking up to these people because they've had everything given to them. They've had it on the plate, which they have done. Come on, Like, I know Jaden Smith has done things with the water industry, H2O and all that stuff, but listen, if he wasn't Jaden Smith, he wouldn't have that opportunity to do that. If Will Smith wasn't your dad, you wouldn't have the opportunity to do that. Like, so for me, you're not an icon, and icon is just a word. So like I said, I can have the same personality as Jaden Smith. I want to do good. I'm quite wise, quite smart, quite intelligent, street smart, but I won't be seen as an icon because I don't do I don't go to red carpet events. I haven't been in a film. And that, when he said that, I was like, nah, man, like, you're speaking facts, for real. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, if you want more of this kind of content, let me know in the comment section and I will reply to you. Guys, here's your boy Jordan, and I'll see you in the next video.